And back with Martin Biron to talk more about this game tomorrow night. We've been obsessing, Marty, over these rosters for a long time now, and they both played one game in this tournament. Tell us what you feel in your gut. Who's the underdog tomorrow night at the Bell Centre when Canada hosts the USA?
Well, I'm going to give a slight edge to Canada. So the underdog for me would be Team USA, and maybe it's because of the home ice advantage, home crowd advantage, right? It's being played in Montreal. It's going to be really close to 100% fan base cheering for the Canadian team. But when I look at the way that the forwards have played for Team Canada, I think they have more speed and they have more depth. So when you compare the four lines with Team Canada, the four lines to the Americans, I think Canada has the advantage. When you look at the back end, I understand that, Cale Makar is dealing with an illness, but the U.S. don't have their Quinn Hughes. That is the counter to Cale Makar. So I think the defense has the check mark towards Canada as well. So slight edge in both forwards and defense. So I'm going to give Canada the slight edge in that matchup. And look, Team USA has Connor Hellebuck, and maybe goaltending is going to make the difference right there. But I still think that the U.S. are going to be an underdog. And in the first 40 minutes against Finland, I don't think Team USA really showed much. Like in the third period, I get it. They came through and they win 6-1. But this is going to be a much different type of game. Canada is much better than Team Finland. So USA is going to have to adjust and respond. So I'm going to say a small underdog for Team USA in that matchup.
Well, I just want to follow up on your first point and all of that. The Bell Centre is known for being one of the best places to play. Just how big of a factor is it for Canada that they get to play this game on home ice Saturday night?
It's a big factor. You have fans of the Montreal Canadiens cheering Brad Marchand on, cheering Mitch Marner on. That never happens, right? So I think that everybody that's watching Team Canada play in Canada and at the Bell Centre is on board with seeing the Canadian teams winning the Four Nations face-off. Like, it's been 9 years since we've seen the best hockey player from our country competing against the best hockey players from the United States at the world level. So no Olympics, and the last time was the World Cup. So you're looking at it and you say it's going to be a pro-Canadian crowd. And we all know the energy that crowd and that building gives the Montreal Canadiens in the regular season. This is going to be the same thing for Team Canada. So I think they're going to get a major boost from that crowd in Montreal.
So you're calling Canada a slight favorite, and yet on FanDuel, they're even at -110. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me because I think that in one game, right, winner can go either way. Team USA is a very strong roster, and Team Canada, for me, has the slight advantage. But it comes down to my old position, the goaltending, right? How's Binnington and Hellebuck going to play in that game? Both goaltenders had some iffy moment at the start of their first game, and then they were better later in the game. So I think it comes down to goaltending. So for that matter, I think maybe it evens up the odd where you're going to look at Hellebuck is better than Binnington, but I'm going to give Team Canada a slight edge with the rest of the roster.
And yet, looking ahead, if Canada and the U.S. meet in the final of the Four Nations face-off, it will be played next Thursday at TD Garden in Boston.